Welcome everybody. We've just finished a fantastic session with the yin yoga and water element. So now we have to wake up in the room here. Everybody's half asleep. So we have energy, impact and release that we're going to be working with today. So we're releasing things from the body, not by pushing them away, but just to release them from coming in and disturbing the peacefulness of life, basically. So, as usual, of course, we start with landing on the mat. So taking a cushion and just placing it under the base of the spine or under the tailbone, and allows you to sink into your pelvis. We can lengthen the body towards the crown of the head. So just feel this gentle rise with the body and gently rest your wrists onto your knees so the arms are a little bit extended. And today we're going to bring the top of the thumb and the top of the first finger together. And we're going to start with a breathing exercise coming from the pranayama series. So first, allowing your breath to be completely natural and without control. And just watching as the body expands and contracts in and out from the space that surrounds your body. We can then release the first mudra position. So then taking the first two fingers down into the palm of your hand, and the ring finger and the little finger sticking out, and the thumb as well. And we're going to close the left side of the nose with the ring finger, resting the other hand gently on the knee. And here we're going to close the eyes. You're just going to listen to what I say. So we're going to inhale through the right side of the nose. We close the right side of the nose with the thumb and exhale through the left. We inhale through the left. Close the left and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right with the thumb, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close the left and exhale through the right. I want you to continue in your own time with this breath. Returning now the right hand to the knee and relaxing the breath again and allowing it to be without control. Focusing on the space of your mind. And coming to the center point of this space, beyond your thoughts. the place that you can sit, rest, and watch. And then we gently open the eyes. Welcome. This is a beautiful exercise to do and frees up a lot of things in the body. It's extremely good for blood pressure, for example. I won't go into all those details. We'll take that in a breath-only work, which we'll be doing later. So right now I want you to remove the cushion from under the base of the spine. You can keep it with you if you need it, and just come gently to the knees in the center of your mat. Using the cushion between the legs or under the ankles, of course, if you need it, until you're comfortable enough just to sit down onto your heels or between the feet if you wish to. And we're going to start in arm lock. So we're going to bring the left hand into the center of the upper back and right over the shoulder. We connect the fingers, making sure that the left elbow is tight into the side of the body. And again here we're going to close the eyes and continue with another breathing exercise. So we're going to inhale through the nose, filling the body to its maximum with air. Then we relax and allow the air to freely flow from the body. We repeat this, inhaling through the nose and relax. We continue this just a few more breaths. One more time. We release the precision, bringing the hands back to the knees and relaxing both shoulders. Eyes closed and simply conscious of any contrast between the right arm and the left. Then gently open the eyes, and of course now we change sides. So we're going to bring the right hand, left hand, depending on which side you took first, behind the back. Bringing it over the shoulder, connecting the hands, again, behind the back. Right elbow tight into the side of the body, an extension from the left hip to the left elbow, finding that little extra space in the shoulder and closing the eyes again. And repeating the same technique in the breath, filling the body as much as possible with the air. And then relaxing so the air flows out of the body. So it's an active inhale, passive exhale. One more time. And we release the position, bringing the hands again gently back to the knees. Relax the shoulders, close the eyes, and now simply conscious of any contrast between the left arm and the right. So we're simply conscious of this change in the flow of energy in the arms. Even these simple positions make a huge difference in the flow of energy in the body. And as this flow increases, we release the tension that is blocking the way for the flow of energy. We gently open the eyes. Good. I'm going to come to the back of the mat on the knees. We're not going to stay in this position, so you don't have to sort of put a cushion between the legs or anything like that. We're just going to come forward and place the hands under the shoulders. Move the knees out, position we did last week, cat-cow. Hands, wrists, knees and feet in straight line. So look back on the right side and then the left. Check everything's in a nice straight line. Drop the head down between the arms. And of course we start. Inhale, bringing the stomach down, the back down towards the mat. Lift the head and extend the shoulders as we look up. We then exhale through the mouth and push up. Maximum extension in the shoulders. Stomach in, inhale, we bring the back down, stomach down, lift the head, extend the shoulders, exhale, push up maximum, 2 more times, inhale, keep the stomach in, back down, lift the head, extend the shoulders, exhale, and 1 more time. Inhale, stomach down, back down, lift the head and extend the shoulders, looking up towards the top of the room. Exhale. Good. We relax the back, the stomach muscles, straighten the feet and bring the knees together in the center of the mat. Good. We reach out with the right hand over the mat and place the hand onto the mat. And then the left hand, same thing. And they're going to end up approximately parallel with each other. Move the knees out to the sides of the mat. We inhale and exhale as we gently press the buttocks back towards the feet. So we feel this extension into the shoulders and then bring in the forehead down to the mat. Now I want you to focus on the extension from the top of the fingers and down to both hips or the pelvis. So breathing space into each part of the spine or the backbone or the soft tissue between the bones. It's almost like the breath is energizing this space. Focusing as we increase the energy flow between each of the vertebrae of the spine or the backbone. Imagine this energy swirling around inside this soft tissue. And now we're going to feel the effect of that. So we take a deep breath again without moving. Lift the head and exhale and push back just that little bit more. Maybe the hips go back just that little bit further, maybe 2 or 3 centimeters. Then place the forehead and nose back onto the mat. If you're lucky, the lower arms might be in contact with the mat as well. Feel this beautiful stretch into the shoulders. Good, then we inhale, coming up out of the position and placing the hands back under the shoulders. We move the knees together in the center of the mat and we come gently back with the buttocks to the heels, and as we lift the upper body, the hands drift over the mat and up over the knees and we come into hero position. back straight again. This full extension from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Shoulders relaxed. Arms heavy. Almost feeling this flow of energy between each of the vertebrae has sort of lengthened the spine, allowing them to increase in volume somehow. And then we gently open the eyes. Good. We're going to work on a position we haven't done for a couple of weeks, so we come forward with the hands again under the shoulders. Coming into pigeon position, we bring the right knee to the right side of the mat, or the long side of the mat, behind the right wrist. And at the moment, you can have the lower leg 45 degrees out to the left, or if you're a little bit more advanced, you can bring the lower leg parallel with the short end of the mat. But for most of you, maybe 45 degrees today is enough. We then gently press back with the body, bringing as much of the hip and the upper leg in contact with the mat before coming down to the elbows. Checking that we have a nice relaxed knee on the right side, and if you do, coming all the way down onto the bent leg. I can't help thinking about a student once who reflected on the idea that this position is called pigeon position, and she very calmly explained that the pigeon must have been run over by a bus. It's okay to laugh in yoga as well, you know. It's okay to have some humor. You don't have to be too serious. Good. All right, so we're going to come up onto the left elbow, under the left shoulder, and we're still doing the easy version of this. So we have the support from the elbow to the shoulder, lower part of the arm, parallel with bent leg. We then open the shoulders and look back to your left foot and lift the left foot so that we can bring the toes into the wrist. Very nice. Keeping straight arm at the moment, nice and relaxed. Just breathe. And then if you're feeling particularly brave, you can take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you pull the heel into the buttock by bending the elbow up towards the top of the room, basically. Don't forget to smile. Then we release the foot all the way back to the floor, between the plant. And then we come just that little bit deeper into the position. So you can curl up your toe. I don't know whether you can see it on the camera, but curling up the toe on the left side here, and just move your body just that little bit deeper into the position. Then stretch the toe out again and lie all the way down onto the bent leg. And becoming as much the squished pigeon as possible. Good. So we gently release the position and we come back to the knees at the back of the mat. Ooh, that was close. Alright, so we sit gently onto the feet, and I'm going to encourage you again to place the hands on the knees. Close the eyes, relax the shoulders, and then I want you to focus on your right hip and feel how the right hip actually could very easily now just fall out to the right. Yeah, nice. Try the left side. For some reason doesn't quite feel the same. The right, yes. Left, maybe not. Good. We gently open the eyes. Anybody noticing that little? Oh, nice. Good. Of course, we fix the left side as well. So we bring the hands forward under the shoulders. We bring the left knee behind the... Thank you, Julia. We bring the left knee behind the left wrist, side of the mat, lower part of the leg, 45 degrees out to the right, and then we gently push back. And this time I'm going to be very careful not to knock over the candle.
Fire is next week.
All right. So, again, as much of the thigh as possible, hip as close to the mat as possible, and then coming down onto the bent leg. Making sure, of course, that the left knee is nice and relaxed, and coming all the way down to the forehead and nose. Can lift the elbows just a little bit here. Make sure you're not supporting the upper body's weight with your upper arms. So we allow the body to come down onto the bent leg. And seriously, at the moment, it doesn't really matter how deep you come into the position. Maybe you need to have, a bolster here, right? And maybe you can only come down to this position. That's fine. It is only to do what your body can physically do. So if you've been watching some of the shorts that I've been talking about in the last few days, we've been talking about doing 1 millimeter a week. And if you do that in each of the positions, that's 5.2 centimeters in every single direction you can possibly think of after a year. So trust me, if you do this practice regularly, you will feel better. There's no doubt about it. I guarantee it. And I'm the living proof of that. Good. You come up to the right elbow, under the right shoulder. Lower part of the arm parallel with the bent leg, of course. You open the shoulders. We look back now to the right foot. We lift the foot, bringing the toes into the wrist and keeping as much of the thigh in contact of the mat as possible. Conscious breathing. And then once we're comfortable with that, we can take a deep breath, and as I said, if you're feeling particularly brave, bend the elbow, bring the foot all the way into the buttock. And then release the foot gently back. I hope you can see this time. Toes on the floor, move the body back, stretch the toe out again, and then all the way down onto the bent leg. Let's go. The squish pigeon who's set fire to himself as well. And of course, we gently release the position and come back to the knees at the back of the mat. So we sit gently down onto the feet or the cushion, of course. Hands on the knees, relax the shoulders, close the eyes, and conscious of the left hip, and that you could now fall out to the left or the right. Somehow the whole of the lower back just feels freer in some way. Good. We gently open the eyes. And we're going to come forward, caterpillar to cobra. So come forward again, hands under the shoulders. And I'm going to explain this position just a little bit more this time. So we're going to keep the knees together at the moment. I'm going to place the right hand in front of the long finger of the left hand. Then we move the hand over so that it's back in front of the shoulder. And then we can move the left hand so it's now parallel with the right. Now this is important because it'll be individually just for you, this position, to get the hands in the exact position for you. So We inhale and push the hips back. Then we bend the elbows and bring them down towards the mat. And just before the elbows touch the mat, we bring the chest down between the hands, as close to the mat as possible. Then we move the body forward so the elbows lift away from the floor. We keep going forward and forward and forward and forward and forward, keeping as close to the chin to the mat as possible, and then we hold, and now we breathe. Inhale, we come all the way to the top. Exhale, relax. So now we're hanging down into the lower back. And now we can breathe and just be nice and relaxed in the lower back. And then we release. Coming back, leave the hands exactly where they are. Bring the buttocks back to the feet. As we lift the upper body, hands drag along the mat up over the knees. And again we land back into hero. Close the eyes. Be conscious now, the chest, the upper back. Again, more space. We gently open the eyes, and guess what? We do it again. Hands under the shoulders. Left side of the room here doesn't seem amused at all. We have the right hand in front of the left long finger. We bring it across the mat. We bring the left hand forward parallel to the right. We inhale, the hips back, elbows come down towards the floor, and then we gently bring the chest down as close to the mat as possible between the hands. We gently slide forward, just like a caterpillar, creeping along the floor. Maximum forward, breathe. Inhale as we come all the way to the top. Exhale, relax. Keep the shoulders extended here. So even if I say relax, what I mean is the lower back. Hips down towards the mat. Looking towards the top of the room. And then we release. And come back to the knees again. Leave the hands exactly where they are. Conscious movement. And slide along the mat, up over the knees into hero. Close the eyes. And we open the eyes. So I hope that you're feeling this, because each time we do these positions, even these simple yoga positions, although this is, of course, demands a little bit of strength, but the strength will come, I promise you. Every time we do this, it just changes the body just slightly. So we just feel this extra little adjustments in the body that really are huge, considering the small amount of effort that we put into it. So the more we practice this, the more we become aware of the change of the body, and we start to focus less on maybe the discomfort of doing a position, or maybe I'm not, so I can't do this yet. But every single position that we practice is just have the mindset that if you can't do it today, it doesn't mean you can't do it someday. It's just to do 100% of what you can. And of course, there are people in the room here that have been practicing years and years and years, and there are other new people as well. So it is just to do what you can do. All right, so we can face the long side of the mat. You can sit with the legs straight. Good. All right. So we're going to bring the right foot out to the right corner of the mat, left foot in, and a position that we have done before. We're going to catch the big toe with the first two fingers and thumb. So we pistol grip, you remember this? We place it down between the toes, grip the toe, and then we open the shoulders. Now, just before we do this, everybody in the room already there, right? But just before we do this, it might be that you can't reach the toe yet. So just place your hand where you are comfortable to come forward. Maybe that's there. And then we just do the same. So I'm going to do it from here. We open both shoulders and we just look and see we've got a nice straight line through the hands. We're not trying to press the arm back. We're not trying to get a maximum extension here. Just a nice straight line. Okay. Now, those of you that are holding the toe, once you're in this position, I want you to gently pull back with the body so that the heel lifts away from the mat. I hope you can see that on the camera. So just that little bit. So we're looking out towards the left hand. And we inhale and exhale the left hand all the way around to the right toe. And then we bend the elbows and bring the head down to the knee. And then we release the position. And we change sides. So we bring the left heel out to the left corner, right foot into the inside of the thigh. Of course, we catch the ankle or the lower leg or the toe if we have the pistol grip. We open both shoulders, nice straight line so you can look from the left hand all the way out to the right, so just making sure, nice straight line. And again, those of you holding the toe, we pull back so the heel comes up away from the floor. Good. Try and rotate the upper back rather than the shoulder. Full extension from the base of the spine to the crown of your head, then rotation, and then we don't have to over-rotate the shoulder. And you can go all about. Beautiful. Good. Inhale, exhale, right hand comes all the way around to the left. We bend the elbows and bring the forehead as close to your knee as possible. Very nice. And we release and we lie on the back. Remembering how we get to the mat. So in Hatha Yoga, every time I say we're going to come down to the mat, I want you to use your stomach muscles. So we come down with control all the way to the mat. So you should be able to actually talk at the same time as using your stomach muscles. And then come down to the mat. Of course, if this is not possible in the beginning, use your elbows. But if you use your elbows, make sure that you're using the stomach muscles as much as you can. Good. Single leg lock. We've done this many times before. Helps to stretch out the lower back, energizes the pelvis and the lower back. It also energizes and creates more space in the shoulders. So we inhale the right knee into the chest, use the hands, pull the knee tight into the chest, exhale, lift the head only towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale as we place the feet together. Left side, inhale, left side comes into the chest. Exhale, head only to the knee. This means the shoulder blades stay on the mat. Inhale, head back, and exhale. So for me at the moment, left side is still stiffer than the right. Inhale, bring the right side in. Shoulders on the mat or shoulder blades as we exhale the head gently to the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. So remember 100% of what you can. Inhale, left side comes in. 100% of what I can. Exhale, head comes up, shoulder blades on the mat, no cheating. Inhale, head back. Good. Exhale. Yeah, that's the first time my forehead's come on the left side, so that's good. Inhale, right side comes in. Exhale, head gently towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. Left side, inhale. Don't allow your ego to take over here. Shoulder blades on the mat. Exhale, head only towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. So as you bring the forehead towards the knee, make sure you can feel your shoulder blades on the mat. One more time. Inhale, right side comes in. Exhale, head towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. If you remember last week, we also checked the lower leg. Inhale, left side comes in. Exhale, as we lift the head, we check we can't see the lower leg. Inhale, head back, and exhale. Feet together. Move the feet apart. Relax. Lower back. So we can rock the hips, left to left, right to right. Make sure it's nice and soft in the whole body here. So it's important when we're doing this position that first we stretch out the lower back, we're pulling the knee into the chest, and then we stretch out the upper back and the neck by bringing the forehead only towards the knee. If we use the stomach muscles and try and lift the upper body, for example, then we're avoiding the stretch. Which is why I said don't allow your ego to control your yoga. Good, feet together in the center. Now, if you remember last week, we had the feet just together in the center, and we're going to now do the full position. But those of you who have lower back discomfort, you can still do this position. So I'm going to demonstrate this one more time. Feet are on the mat. I'm just going to roll the upper body up and bring the hands to this position and then back down. So I'm keeping the lower back on the mat as I do this. So rolling up, lower back on the mat, come up, and exhale back down. All right, so everybody in the room, we're not going to do that easily. We're going to have the legs straight. So we want to point the toes out, knees strong and straight, and make a fist with the hands. And we inhale, lifting the upper body away from the mat to lift the legs. Strong. Exhale back down. Good. So we're working with the stomach muscles here. Inhale, lift the upper body, then the legs. Push. Good. Head, feet, same height. Exhale down. Doesn't matter if the body's shaking, it's simply releasing tension. One more time. Inhale, body, legs, hold. Exhale. And relax. Good. We roll over to the back, to the stomach. And we're going to come directly into second crocodile. So we have the feet together, knees together. So we get everything in a nice straight line, toes pointing out. And we're going to lift the upper body away from the mat. At the moment we can use the elbows. But we will look down, basically using the back muscles to lift the body away. So that we're looking now down to the center of the mat. Bring both elbows to this point. Then wrists together and rest the head into the hands. And here we want to sink down into the mat. So long exhales here. So I want to feel the stretch here, front side of the neck. A slight compression at the back. Maybe you have to move the elbows just a little bit forward as the lower back, as the upper back relaxes in the chest. So you're not trying to lift anything up here. Basically everything's being supported from the wrists to the elbows. And then we gently release. We're going to bring the hands together in the center of the mat. So they're lying on top of each other and the lower arms parallel with the short end of the mat. Then we bring the forehead down onto the hands. Here we can separate the feet to the sides of the mat. And again here, we can just rock the lower back or the hips left to left, right to right, just to make sure that everything's still nice and soft in the lower back. If you have any tension, it just helps to release it just that little bit more. Good, so we gently release the position and we're going to roll over to the back. Good. Alright, so we're going to place the hands now under the buttocks, especially for those of you that have discomfort in the lower back. And once more, this double leg lift. If you have discomfort in the lower back, please start with your feet on the floor and the knees together. So I'll demonstrate that once. I still have the hands under my buttocks. I'm going to pull the knees in, and then I'm going to lift the legs and flex the knees. And then back down, same thing. So if you have any discomfort in the lower back, please do it in this way. Everybody else in the room, we have the legs straight. We engage the stomach muscles here, very important. So in towards the spine, in towards the center, and also almost as if you're pulling the sides of your pelvis in towards the center as well. So once we have that, we inhale, bringing both legs up, and we flex the feet at the top. Just hold, and then exhale down, toes out, knees strong and straight, all the way to the mat. Remember to point the toes out. Inhale, knees strong and straight, flex, hold, exhale down. So at the moment we don't need to bring the legs more than 90 degrees. Inhale, 2 more times, flex the feet, hold, exhale down. And one more time, inhale, flex, hold, exhale down. Once the heels touch, completely relax. Again, if you need to, moving the hips just a little bit side to side. Feel that sort of flexibility, extra space. Good. Now we're going to roll back over to the stomach. So, at the moment, what I want you to do is move the knees out and then bend the knees so that we can take the ankle with the fingers in front of the ankle or behind the ankle, depending on which way you're looking at it. But at the moment, the fingers are now in front of my ankle. And then I'm going to place the thumb behind the ankle. And then I'm going to have a strong grip. I'm going to do the same thing on the left. So I have the right and the left, and then I'm going to bring the forehead down to the mat. Now it's important in this position because the neck is part of your spine that we lift the head first, hold the position, and then we press the legs back. So this position is called the bow for obvious reasons. Inhale, we lift the head to its maximum position, and then we press with the legs, lifting the body. Exhale down. Use the legs to return the body to the mat. Inhale, lift the head. We press with the legs, keeping the arms straight. And exhale back down, forehead to the mat. One more time. Inhale, head comes up. Hold the position, press the lower legs back, lifting the body up, and exhale down, using the legs to return the body to the mat, and then releasing both feet to the floor and forehead on both hands again into the first crocodile. So again, rock the hips. If you have any discomfort, any tension, still in the lower back. Good. We gently release the position. You can bring the feet together here, point the toes out behind you. Place both hands under the shoulders. And then we press the arms into the mat. And we come all the way back onto the feet. Hands drag along the mat, up over the knees and into hero. And again, we completely relax. Feel the lengthening in the spine here. It's almost as if somebody sort of pulled down on the base of the spine and lifted the top of the head towards the top of the room. It doesn't take effort to stay in this position. It's just muscularly and structurally natural for the body. So again, just watching these small changes in the body make all the difference. Good. We release the position sitting to one side, and I'm going to face the long side of the mat again. Okay. So I'm going to come into a position that I particularly love. So we're going to come first to the knees. I think I love it because it took me such a long time to learn it. And it does demand a certain amount of flexibility. And this will come slowly, so don't worry if you can't get the feet all the way into the position yet. It will come, I promise you. All right, so left hand out to the side, lean on the left hand. This is to stop you falling over. Left buttock comes on the outside of the left foot, and then right foot comes to the left side of the body. And we sit down between the feet. Good. It's looking better and better. Yes. All right. So we have the right leg crossing the left. So we have the left across the front of the body and right over the top. Left crossing at the elbows, of course. You'll notice that the right hand is above the left. So we want to separate this in the mind so we know which hand is which. Because as soon as you cross things in front of the eyes, the brain automatically says, well, this must be my right hand because it's on the right side. But it's not. It's the left. So we're now going to turn the left and take on the outside of the right. We now close around the thumb. I can see if you can see that. And then we're going to lift the elbow so that the upper arms are parallel to the floor. And then we're going to press the elbows forward. This creates a stretch in the upper back. Deep conscious breathing to the stomach. Down all the way to the pelvis. It's like the breath is helping the pelvis sit down onto the mat. Don't worry if the body's shaking. It's simply releasing tension. Often if you try and stop the shaking, you can probably see that my body is shaking at the moment. If I try and stop that, it's just become more. So just allow it. And then we release. And we bring the right foot back to the right side of the body, or the correct side of the body. And come again to the knees. Hero. Close the eyes. Where are you feeling this in your body? It's not important what I'm feeling. It is always important what you are feeling. We gently open the eyes. We change sides, of course. We come out the right hand, lean on the right hand, stop yourself falling over. Right buttock, outside the right foot. So again, it just makes it more obvious why we're using the right arm here. Left foot comes to the left side of, or the right side of the body. Just take your time to adjust this position. By the way, There's a lot of guys doing these courses with me at the moment. It's about 50% men, which is amazing. It's really good. This, I can say, is one of the only positions, if you're in a yoga class, where you're allowed to adjust your testicles with women in the room. Okay? So don't take this too seriously. It's not a point of just doing it and just going, okay, I'm not trying to be a soprano here. Just make sure that you have enough space. All right. So that is all seriousness, of course, as well. So now we have the left leg crossing the right. We take the right across the body, left over the top, add the elbows, we lift. Now you've noticed the right hand is under the left. We reverse the right hand, so the palm of the hand goes out away from you, and then we take on the outside of the left hand. We close around the thumb, hope you can see that, and then lift the upper arms so they're parallel with the floor and press the elbows forward. Creating again this fantastic stretch in the upper back between the shoulder blades. Conscious breath. And then we release. We bring the left foot back to the correct side of the body. And come back onto the knees. Again, close the eyes. And conscious for yourself where you are feeling the contrast in your body. We gently open the eyes. We're coming to the last two positions for today. So we're going to come to the back of the mat, and we're going to have this same, we start in the hero. So again, every time we come to this position, if you need to, remember to put cushions under the legs. And when I started doing yoga, I looked like the Michelin Man. All right? I had pillows everywhere because I could not sit in these type of positions at all. So 1 millimeter a week, and just slowly you start to relax more and more into the body. So knees, sides of the mat. Now, we've been practicing this position so far by holding the wrist, and you can continue doing that unless you want to go to the next level, which is to bring the hands together in this position behind your back. So this is called mudra. So we're having the palms of the hands together and the fingers pointing towards the top of the room. If you can't get to that position with the hands behind the back, as I said, hold one wrist. Doesn't matter which side. So take your time to get into this position. Good. So once we have that position, we make sure that the chest is nice and open here. Good. And we're going to lift first. Very important here for the lower back. We want to keep contact with the buttocks and the heels. So we inhale, lift up first. We exhale forward with control. We come all the way down, keeping contact with the heels and the buttocks, and then we bring the forehead to the mat and the nose if possible. Now engage the muscles again as we lift the head, lift the upper body, trying to keep contact with the feet and the buttocks all the way to the top. Stretch up, hold this extension. Exhale forward. Control all the way back to the mat. Forehead to the mat. Inhale, coming up, all the way to the top. Again, still using the muscles in the legs to lift. Good. Exhale forward. And bring in the forehead gently to the mat. Inhale, we come up. And we're going to release the hands from behind the back and bring the hands to the knees. And for the last time today, we bring the knees together in the center of the mat. Into hero for the last time today. Close the eyes. Be conscious the flow of energy inside your body. Sometimes we can feel this as vibrations or streams. Doesn't matter how we are feeling it. In yoga we call this prana. It's your life force flowing around in your body. And when we unblock tensions in the body, this flow increases. And that is what you are feeling at the moment. We gently open the eyes. You come to the last position, so you can sit on the right or the left, it doesn't matter which you go. Maybe you want to go out to the left, it felt more natural for me, and then just lie down on the back. Remembering, of course, to use the stomach muscles as you come all the way down to the mat. So you just, all the way down, just control one bone at a time onto the mat. Good. Bring both feet into the buttocks. Bring your knees into your chest. Now we're going to get a little bit more detail this time. You're going to take the ankles. This is very much like the bow position that we did earlier. So the fingers are now in front of the ankles. Separate the feet. Place them on the mat, on the outside of your buttocks. Then bring the heels to the mat, which is going to feel like they're a little bit too close to your shoulders. That's the whole point of this. We then move the thumbs behind your ankles. Again, here this makes it possible to have a strong grip on the ankles so the feet do not move. Now, we come into the half bridge as we push the hips up towards the top of the room and walk the shoulder together. So we bring the shoulder blades together in the center of the upper back, and then we press from the heels up to the shoulders. So if you just watch me here, if I press from the heels to my shoulders, it just lifts that just that little bit more. I can feel this wonderful stretch through the whole of the body, energizing this flow of energy around the body. The energy was always there in the first place, but maybe just a little bit blocked, so you don't feel it. This is why we get tired quicker. When we're doing yoga, you get tired later on. I'm not saying you never get tired, but the feeling of energy flowing around the body gives you the energy for every day to do just that little bit more. We press up one more time, last few seconds. Feel the stretch. Inhale, deep breath, hold the breath, put the lower back onto the mat. Shoulder blades onto the mat, and then exhale the feet to the corners of the mat and into Savasana. Moving the arms away from the side of the body, feet falling out to the sides, using a cushion under the knees if necessary. And just again, conscious of your body lying on the floor. body to settle onto the earth beneath you. And still conscious of this flow of energy through the whole body. Even if the body is completely still. Following the breath, a gentle rise and fall of the body. As you breathe. Let your arms soften and let your face soften. And if you haven't done so already, gently closing the eyes. Take a long breath in and slowly let it go through the mouth. Like the first sigh of the day. Let your body begin to exhale the weight that you no longer want to carry. Again, a soft breath in and a longer, slower breath out. Feel the gravity welcoming you to the earth. There is nothing you need to hold up, nothing you need to fix. The earth already knows how to carry it all, your body and your soul. Notice the weight of your bones, the heaviness of your legs, your arms, your shoulders, your back, and your head. Feel the earth meeting you there at each point, underneath it all, not asking you to rise, not asking you to change, just saying, rest, I have you. Now bring your awareness to the base of your spine. Feel it connecting downward into your hips, into the floor beneath you, and into the ground beneath that. Imagine roots beginning to grow from your tailbone, from your sit bones, from your legs, down deeper into the earth. This, of course, is only happening in your mind. You don't have to imagine it perfectly. Just let it feel like a warm, welcoming hug from your oldest friend. like coming home. And now, if there's something you've been carrying, a thought, a pressure, an old fear, tension, or worry, gently bringing this to your awareness without judgment. Just look at it with kindness and compassion. Let it sit beside you like a tired companion. Hold its hand with a caring understanding. And when you are ready, let it melt into the ground. Let the earth take and hold it for you. Now imagine you're lying on the forest floor. Cool, rich earth beneath you. Soft moss supports your body. The smell of the trees in the air. The hum of quiet life surrounds you. You are not separate from this. You are part of this connection. Feel the support underneath you, not just physical, but ancient and all-knowing. The earth has held you since the moment you were born, and it has never once asked you to be more than you are, or why are you here, and it never will. Let this knowledge fill every cell of your being. Breathe it in. Let your inhale draw up nourishment from the earth beneath you, and let your exhale release any tension or resistance still lingering in the body or mind. Let your breath be slow and full, like the breath of the forest itself. Now bring your awareness to your heart. Nothing to fix, open, beautiful, and full of emotion. As if it was resting in your hands. Let it rest. Let it be exactly as it is. There is nothing to change. Sometimes even the heart needs to be held and loved. Let your heart be part of the earth. Let the earth hold it for you. With your eyes still closed, gently begin to return to your physical body lying on the ground. There is no need to leave the stillness. Just let your awareness return to the space that surrounds you. Feel your body again. The outline of your fingers, maybe a sensation or vibration just above each fingertip, above the top of your head. Maybe noticing the air passing over your body. Let the breath become just a little deeper. And if it feels right, place one hand over your belly and one over your open heart. Whisper to yourself gently and honestly, I am grounded, I am safe, and I am home in myself. And when you are ready, slowly and gently opening the eyes, with a soft focus in your eyes, becoming conscious of the space that you are in. And when you are ready, slowly and gently, please come up to a sitting position so we may finish together. Bringing the hands down in front of your heart and just maybe noticing that little extra space, flow of energy in your body, your awareness and consciousness. As we take a deep breath, exhaling forward, inhaling as we come up, and exhaling the hands to the knees. Namaste. Have a beautiful rest of the day wherever you are. There are people all over the world, so wherever you are in your day, I hope you have a beautiful day. Remember to sleep well, and you can always come back to these sessions by staying on the channel. So there's always a library of this which is growing every single week, so you're welcome back at any time. Thank you for being here.